Oh no.
Do we want to pull for the candidates so we can talk about it?
If you
I
want
don't
to.
want to talk about it. I mean, just want to say this is a great project.
I told them you probably would, but they wanted it in the consent agenda. I'm good either way.
I mean, just to say, yeah, this is a great idea. You know, because if it's in there, we're not covered.
I know.
And I'd rather be I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is
This is what we want. Okay, yep, sounds good.
Yeah, I didn't even like, go. I even looked at it, she was like there, and I'm like, oh yeah, they gave lots of.
Keep it moving.
She's like, where to order that?
Just so you don't think that I'm is he reading that?
No, I would never stop letting me sign in.
I had to redo my password.
I did too.
Did you have to too? We're not on the same schedule for password reasons.
No, mine comes out at the weirdest time. Like I'll be home going, what happened?
Yeah, usually it's
And then I get
push the button.
every once in a while I have to do it here, but it hasn't been a while.
A while.
That here,
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not saying to be creative. Do it as a spin.
I didn't hear from Daryl. Hopefully he rolls in here.
And then it just lets me without putting in the penny. Never mind. I give up.
We'll see if you can vote.
Yeah.
We'll see.
welcome to the crowd.
We'll see how that works.
Set them out and they.
The wonders of technology never ceases to amaze me.
Hi, Justin.
Holy cow.
It's just in the nick of
I
time.
thought that would be Elon.
No.
Let's see if it works.
It's been consensus for everybody. It works. That looks like a no.
Yeah, hard no.
Here.
Yep.
Time for the charge.
Well, I charged him. He was trying to work.
He's a senior.
Just tell me if
I've
it
known
works.
him since
Probably left it on.
a little bit.
All right, it is 6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lynn, will you conduct roll call, please?
Madam Mayor Jacqueline Wells,
Here.
Vice Mayor Darrell Garner,
Here.
Councilmember Derek Elliott,
Here.
Councilmember Tanya Lumen. Here. Councilmember Gary Patterson,
Here.
Councilmember Steve Sanger.
Here.
Councilmember Bruce Steele.
Here.
Okay, moving down to the approval of the agenda. Councilmember Sanger? Well,
Oh, there it goes. All right. I move to approve the November 18th, 2025 City Council agenda as presented.
Do I hear a second? Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the November 18th, 2025 City Council agenda as presented. Any discussion?
I just wanted to have one note on here is the Wyoming Community Gas. Sorry, you had you in there. Just to note that this vote is for the lighting of the 3 wayfinder signs in the city of Rawlins, beginning with the sign positioned at the western end of the city near Burger King.
We'll do that at the consent agenda time.
We're gonna pull it
Oh,
out so we
Okay.
can see people talk.
oh, okay.
Okay. All right, any other discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
I'm in a voice spot. Yay.
Online voting is closed. Motion passes 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to the approval of the consent agenda. Councilmember Sanger.
I want to amend the consent agenda to remove 3C so that we can, as it says in the thing, mention it to them. We appreciate this money, but we have to do that outside the consent agenda. So I'd like to remove 3C and put it down under, what would it be, new business?
Yeah.
Yeah, under new business, let's put it below D. Just make it E. 9E.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Lynn, when you're ready, let us know when we need to refresh.
So it's going to be moved to 9C for approval.
And then when you're ready, open online voting, Lynn.
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. Motion passes 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to a public hearing. The public hearing is to approve What the Buck LLC doing business as Buck's Sports Grill Retail Liquor License Number 83. They're requesting to park the retail liquor license and to seek outside storage of alcoholic liquors and/or malt beverages to a location other than the place of business, 401 West Cedar Street, Carbon County, Rawlins, Wyoming. Is there anybody here that would like to comment on this public hearing? All right, I will go ahead and close that public hearing and move down to citizens' participation, which is a time set by resolution number 2C 1996 that sets a limit for 5 minutes. Under the agenda, citizens' participation with the provision that 5-minute time limit may be increased at the request of the member of the public or the city council, subject to the vote of the council. Is there anybody here that would like to speak on something not on the agenda? Okay. Moving down to board appointments and presentations, and we will start with the Community Builder Award for November 2025. And I'd like to invite the members of the Rawlins Volunteer Committee up.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. Super excited for this presentation. So this is background, the presentation of the Community Builder Award for November of 2025. The Community Builder Award is a monthly award the city presents to local individuals, businesses, and organizations for their volunteer service, sponsorship, promotion of programs and events, outstanding service in the interest of the city, and for the contribution significant to the Rawlins quality of life. The volunteer committee would like to present the November 2025 Community Builder Award to Kyle Rosentrader, and Alan's going to take it from here.
Madam Mayor and Council, Kyle came to Carbon County in 1986 in law enforcement. From there, he's also been involved in search and rescue here in Carbon County since that time. During his tenure in law enforcement and other, since he has been out of law enforcement, he's trained somewhere between 800 and 1,000 dogs throughout time. I asked Kyle what it was about Rawlins that keeps him here. He stated, "It's the people." Period. Then he said he also enjoys all the outdoor winter sports and activities we have to offer, but it's the people that keeps him here. I'd like to take just a minute and read from the nomination letter that was submitted for him. The Rawlins Police Department is proud to nominate Kyle Rodenschrader for the Community Builder Award in recognition of his unwavering support, volunteer service, and dedication to the success of the K-9 program. Kyle has played a major role in helping us build and maintain a successful K-9 program. He donates his time to train and provide his knowledge, expertise, strengthening the capabilities of our handlers and their K-9 partners. His hands-on involvement ensures that our program operates at a high level and remains effective in serving the public. In addition to volunteering his time, Kyle generously contributed financially by covering a portion of the costs of our current K-9 justice, in an investment that directly enhances the safety and service we provide to the Rawlins community. Kyle is always available as a trusted resource, offering guidance, answering questions, and showing continued commitment to our officers and the mission we serve. Kyle's commitment and dedication to the public safety and success of the Rawlins Police Department K-9 program truly make him a community builder, and we're proud to recognize him for his lasting impact on our department and our community. Please join me in thanking Kyle for all he does.
He's excited.
He agrees.
Just for a moment. Yeah, of course. Oh, thanks. You want to be loud? I don't know if I want to be loud. Thank you very much for this. When people ask me why I do this and train dogs, especially in our area, I live here and our kids are raised here. We want to do everything we can to keep drugs from around in the school. All that. Also, shovel out snow. And 2 years ago when we got the big snowstorm, I went to shovel a guy out because he had to go to the doctor and his driveway was full. On the way back, people that were out digging, I took my skid steer and dug them out. One of them was the interim, not this one, but 2 years ago, interim city manager. And dug him out. And then, word of mouth, I said to the older folks, if you need some help, call for me and I'll come and do it for free. Well, then I was digging people out, and I found out I was digging out businesses that rental property, and so I had to kind of change that up. 'Cause that's not what it was meant for. But the dogs are a true love of mine. I started in the late 60s and the early 70s training dogs, hunting dogs, retrievers, under my grandpa's tutelage, and then did field trial dogs, paying for my schooling at University of Wyoming, and then to train law enforcement dogs. And it's just been a love for search and rescue and for law enforcement, training dogs. And Justice here, when I seen him playing with a ball and searching for it, I knew we had to get it. And I was blessed with an awesome handler and all the PD officers that have put in for K9 position. They've been awesome. They weren't looking for a badge on their uniform that said K9, I'm a K9 officer, or any of that stuff. They did it for the love of the dog, and so they did it for the right reasons. And Justice is very happy because he has a job, and he needed a job. But thank you very much for this. This is very, very nice. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay.
Well, one other thing. All of us men know that when somebody asks us to do something and we say, I have to ask my wife, that actually means no. But I have got, I think, the most wonderful wife in the world, and I have to ask her because anything and everything I take on, she has to do too. So this is just as much for my life as it is me. He needs to be in here. Hey.
He can have the chat.
So back here.
Good job. You guys are doing a great job, actually. Okay, cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so, congratulations, Kyle.
Thank you for all you do, Kyle.
Thank you.
Moving down to approve a Fire Civil Service Commission appointment. Do I have a motion? Councilmember Sanger. Yes.
I move to reappoint Terry Patterson to the Fire Civil Service Commission for a term ending November 30th, 2028.
Second.
The motion's been made and seconded to reappoint Terry Patterson to the Fire Civil Service Commission for a term ending November 30th, 2028. Any discussion? Terry, would you like to say anything?
I think we all the same stuff I've said before, but I like this commission. I work with Alan quite a bit. Been on the fire department for 15 years before I started this type of service. I worked at the refinery. I was a firefighter out there for 41 years. So this is in my blood, and I'm just going to keep on continuing to try to stay with it. So.
Okay. Any other discussion? Lynn, when you're ready, please open online voting.
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas and 1 abstain. The 1 abstain is Councilmember Patterson.
All right, moving down to an approval of the DDA in-district position resignation. Do I hear a motion? Councilmember Patterson.
Move to accept Michael Hellman's resignation from an in-district position on the Rawlins Downtown Development Authority Board effective immediately, and direct community relations to advertise to fill the vacancy for the new term beginning January 2026.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to accept Michael Hellman's resignation from an in-district position on the Rawlins DDA Board effective immediately, and direct community relations to advertise to fill the vacancy for the new term beginning January 2026. Any discussion? Okay, Lynn, will you open online vote? Oh, sorry. Did you want to say something, Pam?
Sorry. Honorable Mayor and Council, Michael, as you can see in his letter, really has enjoyed serving on the board. He just has some younger kids chasing in sports, and he just felt like he wasn't doing the position justice. He definitely wants to get back on the board when they're a little older, but just great board member, sad but understand.
Yes. All right. And did I call for the vote? Sorry, Lynn, go ahead.
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
Okay, moving down to reports and information, and we have a presentation from the Old Penn Joint Powers Board, update to council. I'll invite Tina and her crew up.
I only have part of my crew. I'm going to make them introduce themselves, mainly because somebody's last name is hard.
Natasha Kylie Megan Cragen.
Dennis Carpenter. Galen Hyatt.
Dennis is our chair. Dear Mayor Wells and members of the Rawlins City Council, the Wyoming Frontier Prison, listed on the National Register of Historic Places, is one of Rawlins's most significant tourism destination and heritage landmarks. From 1888 to 1981, more than 13,500 individuals, including 11 women, were incarcerated here, and today the site operates as a museum, educational resource, community event venue, and major contributor to our local economy. Wyoming Frontier Prison is owned by the Old Penn Joint Powers Board, a governmental entity consisting of 7 volunteer board members. The board members are appointed by the City of Rawlins and Carbon County Commissioners. The purpose of the board is to serve and operate the Wyoming Frontier Prison Historic Site. The site will operate for community service through its historic significance, tourism, education, and recreational opportunities for the visitors and residents of the City of Rawlins and Carbon County. The Wyoming Frontier Prison operates with a small but passionate staff. I'm Tina Hill, the Historic Site Director, and I've been serving the site for 34 and a half years. Galen Hyatt is our bookkeeper and office manager, and he's been with us for 14 years. We are supported by exceptional seasonal staff, including tour guides Charles Holcomb, Lucas Wells, Danica Fleetwood, Jeremy Waller, Bryce Johnston, Brooke Knott, and Jan Bauman Martinez, along with gift shop manager Desiree Crago and tour director Abby Frakes. Wyoming Frontier Prison is a leading historic site in Carbon County and contributes significantly to Rawlins's tourism economy. We work hard to promote tourism throughout Carbon County by integrating our history with our community through events such as giving historic tours to thousands of visitors a year, hosting several special events each year, including Halloween, ghost investigations with a national group, traveling exhibits, and for the last 4 years, a summer event, all while constantly working to maintain the grounds and facilities that include 13 historic buildings and 49.5 acres. As stewards of a 130-year-old 138-year-old historic site, we work hard to keep the grounds safe, welcoming, and well-maintained. One of our most urgent needs is addressing the aging irrigation system, which has begun to fail in several areas. Without meaningful repairs next spring, we risk damage to trees, landscaped areas, and the event lawn, all of which contribute to the site's educational and tourism value. We're exploring repair options and will likely need additional support to ensure the system is reliable for the coming years. In the summer months, we offer 8 tours a day, 7 days a week. The rest of the year, we offer tours several days a week. We see visitors from all over the United States and the world. We see family groups, school groups, senior bus tours, staff members of the current Wyoming State Penitentiary, and the students of their academy. Students from the University of Wyoming and Wyoming's community colleges. We have a large following of paranormal investigators who seek to confirm the existence of the spiritual world. Our digital reach continues to grow. Our Facebook page now has 6,112 followers, and we received 90,822 views in the last 30 days. Old Penn staff serve with national, state, and local organizations such as the Mountain Plains Museum Association, the Colorado-Wyoming Association of Museums, Carbon County Wyoming State Historical Society, the Rawlins Tourism Committee, and the Friends of the Old Penn. Along with preserving the interesting and vital history of the Wyoming Frontier Prison, the Old Penn Joint Powers Board is committed to contributing to Rawlins's economy. In 2024, we had 14,953 visitors, which is up 233 people from 2023. Of those visitors, 10,876 of them came from outside of Carbon County. Our visitors spend money in our community. The Old Penn hosted several events in 2025, with one more still to come before the year concludes. Our 33rd annual Christmas Bazaar will be held on December 6th at the Jeffrey Center, so I hope to see you there. In April, we hosted a Carbon County Historical Society meeting with a guest speaker from the Rockpile Museum in Gillette. Our second special event was hosting the traveling exhibit, Howdy from Big Wonderful Wyoming. The exhibit included an opening reception and was held in the Historic Guards Quarters for 4 weeks in May and June. On April 25th and 26th, we partnered with a national group, Haunted Rooms America, for a second year. We plan on partnering with them again this coming year. We hosted haunted night tours on Friday, June 13th. July 19th, we saw the return of our 3rd annual Sunset at the Slammer, a midsummer escape at the Wyoming Frontier Prison. This was also the official opening day of our brand new 13-hole disc golf course. October was all about Halloween. The Demons Within present Prophecy of the Iron Gate ran on October 24th, 25th, and 31st with 59 volunteers, including our first-time partnership with Victory High School. We welcomed 710 guests, an increase of 34 over last year. Additional tours were provided to several high school volleyball teams visiting Rawlins for the tournament. The weather cooperated perfectly, and thanks to our volunteers, the prison suffered no damage. Another successful year. We are incredibly grateful to our 59 hardworking, wonderfully spooky volunteers who made this year's event a success, and I have my list here. So, this year, we had Abby Frakes, Alexander Cragen, Tony Lopez, Austin Peterson, Bethany Brown, Brennan Dunlap, Brooke Knott, Bryce Johnson, Cassie Normile, my son-in-law and daughter came home from Oklahoma, Sember Johnson, Charles Holcomb, Kobe Normile, Cooper Monk, Danica Fleetwood, Darren Hill, Desiree Crago, Dominic Martinez, Emily Ann Garcia, Eric Gustafson, Felix Escobedo, Galen Hyatt, Greg Hyatt, Hayden Daniels, Jake Cruz, Jamie Hansen, Jan Bauman Martinez, Tana Lopez, Jessica Clark, Jessica Martinez, Jet Waters, Justin Miller, Kathy Hyatt, Keith Miles, Lane Wells, Lily Garcia, Lily Fox, Logan Wells, Lucas Wells, Marcus Martinez, Megan Cragen, Mara Nichols, Natasha Hilleberg, that one, Robert Hamburger, Sammy Sesko, Sherry Schillinger, Tina Hill, Evie Johnson, Geraldo Castillo, Isabella Archuleta, Kristen Height, Lestat Hodge, Zane Cragen, Brandon Wilson, Dawson Haig, Emily Ramsey, Jared Jennings, Jordan Moses, Xavier Blackbonnet, and the Carbon County Sheriff's Department. All wonderful people and lots of help. The Wyoming Frontier Prison's three primary sources of operational revenue in 24-25 were tour revenues at 61.44%, the City of Rawlins at 10.28%, the Carbon County at 18.59%. The remaining 9.69% of our revenue is provided through grants, especially from HF Sinclair and Explore Carbon County. While we continue to operate efficiently, maintaining 13 historic buildings and nearly 50 acres will remain a growing challenge, and we appreciate the ongoing support of the city and the county. We're currently working on a grant application to produce a short film for the Wyoming 250 project. I'll let you know how that goes. The 7 members of the Old Penn Joint Powers Board are invaluable. They contribute far beyond governance, assisting with special events, especially Halloween, helping raise awareness, leading essential repairs, designing and installing the disc golf course, recruiting volunteers, and even providing live music at events. This is not a passive board behind me. It is a dedicated, hands-on team committed to preserving and improving the Wyoming Frontier Prison. 2025 has been a great year for all of us at the Wyoming Frontier Prison. We greatly appreciate the support we receive from our local governments, our fellow Carbon County museums and organizations, and our local citizens. We look forward to another year of growth, preservation, and partnership with the City of Rawlins. You have it. Thank you. You guys, thank you. Do you guys have any questions for any of us or for any of them?
I do not, but I have some thank you cards for your board.
Oh, thank you. So nice you guys do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I finally got my boys to go to it this year.
I know.
They've been not wanting to go. They finally
I
went.
kind of
and-
noticed a little bit. Yeah. And then we were kind of wondering, because you were chatting with one of them the whole time. Was that to like distract them or to? We
No.
noticed you two in the back.
Yeah, no, because he didn't talk, so I just told him he's doing a good job staying in character.
Oh,
So
okay,
I
good.
thought it was great.
Good. I'm glad.
I had a blast, so thank you
Good,
guys.
Thank you. Yeah, we really appreciate you guys. Absolutely. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, moving down to the city manager and staff reports.
Good
I'll hand it
evening,
to
Mayor
you.
Council. What's the red light? Red matter? Okay. Okay. All right, been a pretty productive week so far. I actually visited with the county commissioners today. I actually had to appear for them to secure the bond, so I was on their consent calendar for that. They gave me a chance to speak. And then I went back a little later and sat in on the Wyoming Business Council's presentation via Zoom to the Carbon County Commissioners. So got a little FaceTime with those guys as well as
I think the red light.
a little FaceTime with them, and then also Lindy Lynn. She's one of Senator Lummis's aides for at least this area from Hot Springs down to Carbon County, including Sweetwater. Got a chance to catch up with her a little bit too, and told her a little bit about some projects we're doing, particularly with water and then some of the stuff with the town that to kind of get a handle on. That was just me. As far as the rest of the staff, Public Works has completed the cleanup of the Lawrence property. They've collected 820 tons, and this doesn't include the 384 tons of scrap metal that was collected earlier. So that project's looking pretty good. Yesterday, Monday, here in the council chambers, we welcomed and swore in our latest new officer, Junior Villar. So that was exciting to have him on. I believe he's on patrol today, last night, I can't remember, but he's in training, yeah. So he's in dispatch, I think, and then he'll be in patrol cars pretty soon. The annual Starlight Parade is scheduled for Wednesday, December 10th, starting at 6 p.m. The parade will begin at the intersection of Pine and 5th Street, proceeding down Cedar Street, and then on the 4th Street, including at the depot where Santa and Mrs. Claus will be serving cookies and hot cocoa. Also, we will be again posting our holiday lights map and photo album on our website. And I want to make sure to catch that. Thanks to our finance director Malone's work, we actually are going to have a visit from the auditors that we've been working with from Carver, Florrick, and James CPAs that are out of Layton, Utah, I think. They're going to be here tomorrow morning. And so they're going to meet with our finance director Malone and myself, and mostly with actually her. So anyway, but that's good. It's I think that's going to be real helpful to round out the remaining things that we need in order to get that information, so we can have that.
Yes.
And told that this is good and it goes well and get what they need, that there's a pretty good chance that we won't have to worry about us in the training station or anything like that.
Okay.
So that's good news. Another good news for our Edinburgh project is we had our pre-construction meeting today at the Public Works office. It was well attended. We had our engineers, contractors, and first staff was there. And also to highlight something with that, to enhance our reach with the public, we are going to have a probably dedicated page on the website, for progress once the construction starts, which could be as early as next week with some of their demolition stuff. So exciting there. The Carbon County Council of Government meeting is scheduled for this Wednesday, tomorrow, November 19th, starting at 6 p.m. It is City of Rawlins' turn to host, and this meeting will take place in our conference room downstairs. So looking forward to that. Again, just to remind everyone, all the city's facility offices and facilities will be closed on Thursday and Friday. That's November 27th and 28th until Thanksgiving Day, with police and fire, of course, remaining open to serve the community. The Rawlins landfill will be reopening Saturday, November 29th at its regular time. Let's see, that was 7, 8. And then, again, a reminder, and I think all of us have RSVP'd to, but I'm sure our DDA director will let us know otherwise, but the DDA Board of Directors has rescheduled their Board of Directors dinner with the Council, and that is on Monday, the 24th at 5:30. The event will be held at the Business Innovation Hub at 116 4th Street. So again, if you haven't RSVP'd, and you can make it or not, please help him tonight, probably.
I have no.
All right. And then lastly, and I'll turn it over to our Public Works Director, who'll be providing an update tonight regarding our snow removal plan. All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Mayor, Honorable Council. 'Tis the season. If you do a quick recap for the snow, upcoming hopeful snow. What I want to start out with tonight was this wonderful flyer that Myra built for us with the City of Rawlins snow plan. And just to kind of do a quick overview of it, and our goal as a city is to if we have an event, to get our city and our residents moving as fast as possible. And the way we work that out is if we have a city snow route with our 4 priority routes that we do, working from 1 through 2 and 3 and 4, as far as emergency routes and getting our downtown open up, and then working out into the residential areas and the priority arterials throughout the city. In this great flyer, there's a lot of great information in case we have a severe snow event. You can go to the website that's on there, and it can show travel advisories and just what to do in case of a severe snow event. On the city website, we also have our comprehensive emergency management plan, which will go back to our 3-tiered plan in case of a severe event of how we do snow removal. In case of a very extreme snow event, we can do an incident command here at City Hall, where we can work through with the really bad snow areas. In case of emergencies of any kind with fire or police, we can route a plow truck or any kind of equipment to get into any neighborhoods, any houses that we need to get into. And on this great flyer, she notes all the priorities, 1 through 4. And then on a great spot on the flyer is how you can help. And a lot of that is, helping with the city staff, keeping your distance with the snow equipment, all of our employees that are removing snow. How you can help around your house is keeping sidewalks open, driveways open. We will work on keeping the rest of the town flowing as much as possible. I just want to do our yearly recap of our snow removal plan, and please go to our Rawlins website to get our Rawlins snow removal plan. And that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you, Cody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Moving down to city attorney report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Honorable Council. I have been very busy the past several weeks working with staff on a lot of big projects, so we have been very occupied. But I have a very special guest I would like to introduce to council. This is Justin Parker. He is a Rawlins High School student and within the Job Shadow program. He is working shadowing the city attorney's office this semester through the program. He is with us 4 days a week, and he has had the opportunity to realize that there's more to the city than traffic tickets and council meetings. So I'd like to introduce Justin and give you the opportunity to tell you everything he's learned.
Well, I don't know if I could say everything. Learned a lot, even if she's busy. There's always something for me to do. It's been honestly a pretty interesting process. I never thought I'd see some things that I've seen. You think things are pretty clear cut, but it's not always like that. So that's really opened my eyes to what's out there, what can happen, what has happened.
We'll take him out of the spotlight. But the working with the high school job shadow program has been a great. It's been a great experience. I love this type of program, especially here in the city where we have the opportunity to showcase to our high school students the opportunities that are here. It's important for them certainly to get out and after school, after they graduate high school, but to come back and see that there are things here in their hometown. So we are very happy to have Justin. We enjoy having him around every day.
I think he deserves a applause. I've known Justin since he was a baby, so. All right. Moving down to city council updates. Does anybody have anything? Okay. Oh, go ahead, Tony.
I just had a question for Justin. So, are you looking at your future as far as a lawyer or working in government?
Yeah. I plan to, hopefully become a lawyer one day. I continue to obviously see that there's multiple types, and it's not like clear cut. Gotta go to court. Accuse someone of this. Put someone in jail. There's other things you could do. It's not just all in the courtroom.
No, that's fantastic. Thank you for visiting us.
Perfect. We don't have any unfinished business, so we'll move down to new business. And the first thing is to approve the November 4th council meeting minutes. Do I hear a motion? Councilmember Sanger?
I move to approve the council meeting minutes of November 4th, 2025 as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the council meeting minutes of November 4th, 2025 as presented. Any discussion? Then when you're ready, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Lynn, was I here that night?
The only member that was not was Councilmember Patterson.
Okay.
So, Councilmember Elliott, you said you were not present, you were present. So would you like to change it?
Yeah, no, I think it came off from here, so my vote is yay.
Okay, great, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, okay. Hold on one moment. Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas and 1 abstain. The 1 abstain was Councilmember Patterson.
Okay, moving down to the approval of the November 10th special council meeting minutes. Councilmember Sanger.
I move to approve the special council meeting minutes of November 10th, 2025 as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the special council meeting minutes of November 10th, 2025 as presented. Any discussion? Lynn, when you're ready, will you open online voting?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 5 yeas and 2 abstain. The 2 abstain was Vice Mayor Garner and Councilmember Lumen.
Okay, moving down to the approval of the designation of the 2025 Wyoming Community Gas. Councilwoman Lumen.
Move to accept and authorize the allocated of funds from the 2025 Wyoming Community Gas designation in the amount of $10,067.78 for lighting to the 3 Wayfinder signs located in the city of Rawlins, beginning with the sign positioned at the western end of the city near Burger King.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it. Do we need to rewrite this?
Yeah,
Change
because
it?
something did not copy
Yeah,
right.
it's,
I
the western
apologize.
end is not Burger King.
Oh, true.
I refreshed it, so.
The
Okay.
So refresh, Lynn? Or
Just
do you make a friendly amendment?
I make a friendly amendment.
hold on one moment. I'm not sure why this did not copy over. It's written
Nice catch.
Make a friendly amendment to say the one positioned near Burger King.
Okay, so Councilmember Lumen, and then who was my second? Councilmember Seelow?
Refresh.
Do you want us to refresh, Lynn?
No, that's- Yes, please refresh.
Still says-
Yeah.
Refresh.
All right, so it should be correct, because I
Okay.
copied it from Word docs. It's not our working. All right?
And then when you open online voting, please.
Says the same thing.
It
What
says
does
the
it
same
say?
thing.
I think the motion will change it though when it pops up,
Okay,
right?
so the motion does read to move to accept
Okay,
and
okay, got
authorize.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm not
thank
sure
you.
why it didn't do it to begin with this, when we first moved it down. Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
Okay, moving down to the parking of the liquor license for Buck's Sports Grill Retail Liquor License number 83. Councilmember Sanger.
I move to approve the request of What the Buck LLC, DBA Buck's Sports Grill Retail Liquor License number 83, to park retail liquor license and to relocate the alcohol and/or malt beverage outside of the licensed building location of 401 West Cedar, Carbon County, Rawlins, Wyoming, to the Bank of Commerce, 221 3rd Street, Carbon County, Rawlins, Wyoming. It's kind of backwards. Effective November 19th, 2025, and no longer than November 19th, 2026.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to park the Buck's Sports Grill Retail Liquor License number 83. Any discussion? Councilwoman Lemon?
How long can he legally park this?
1 year.
1 year?
1 year.
And then if he, and Mayor, Council, 1 year, and then he can, I believe, ask and get an additional one, if he needs to after that. But statutorily, you can have it at the Bank of Commerce for 1 year.
Is there anything legal about where the liquor is during this year? The actual liquor?
So it too would be parked at the Bank of Commerce, but it isn't much.
Okay. Just
So, Madam Mayor and Council, if you look online, the Wyoming, I've been working with the Wyoming Liquor Division, and they did say, because he's in the process of moving, so there is the Wyoming statute, which is up there, which is 12-5-202, and it is, as long as we follow the statute, and the council approves it, because you are the licensing authority, then the liquor can be put at another certain location. And they are well aware, the liquor division, they signed off on everything that I have presented to them. The letter that is on board docs from Shondal, so they are fine with that. Moving forward, we will have to do a transfer from another location once he moves to that new location. So we need to unpark it, and then we'll also need to do a transfer of his liquor license to the new establishment. So, but we have, it's just one step at a time that we have to do for the liquor division.
Councilwoman Lemon?
is the place he is moving to already have a liquor license? Candy Mountain LLC?
Candy Mountain owns that building, Madam Mayor and Council. They own that building, so he is working with that building to rehab it and trying to get in the process of purchasing it. If that doesn't, he might lease it or something. I mean, that is his.
They themselves don't have the liquor
Their
license?
liquor license, no, it's on daily.
It's on daily,
And
okay.
Harshman.
Any other discussion? All right, Lim, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
Okay, moving down to a discussion. The utilization of cell phones during city council meetings. And I will pass it over to you, Bruce.
My
Councilmember Sheila.
concern was I've had a lot of constituents calling me about that watch it on the video and I'll watch it and everything. And they've been complaining about council people texting while they're taking care of city business. You just don't feel it's right that we should be texting on our phones while we're taking care of this. I don't know what the right answer is, if we need to shelf our phones or what the answer is. I know Terry's got to have his phone because there's medical reasons, but I told several of them I'd bring it up to the council and see what the council decides.
Anybody have any? Go ahead, Councilmember Elliott.
I receive texts from constituents, and then I also need it for other reasons. But so I'll continue using my cell phone.
Okay, Councilmember or Vice Mayor Garner.
My cell phone use has been used for during meetings, so sometimes I don't have my computer or it doesn't work right, and I'll load board docs there and I can vote from my phone, which just helps keep the process moving smooth. And then just in case family stuff with the kids at home, because mom's not always home, she's out of town a lot, so I gotta monitor. Just don't have much of another option.
Any other discussion? Councilmember Patterson?
Feel the way Bruce is. I bring my phone up because, like he said, for a medical reason. Shelving the phones, I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but what might be even a better idea is just to make a guideline for how to proceed with this matter. I mean,
Or Vice Mayor Garner?
One other use, I also put my notes in it, so I don't like to use a lot of paper. I'll put some scratch on paper that I receive, but for the most part, what I'm gonna talk about is in my phone, in the notes section, or in a text of some kind. And I have a pen. Mine actually has a pen that I can pop out and I can write notes into it, which is really nice. So just if that helps, hopefully helps the constituents understand that they see use. It's geared 95% towards the work, and then the rest is just like my kid just called twice, and they know if they call twice, it better be an emergency. And so I'll tell them, I'll click the little thing and say, please text. And I try not to do it when a conversation is going or when a vote's going. It's in a lull of some kind, so.
Okay. Any other discussion? Go ahead, Councilwoman Lewin.
Couple things. I think living in the 21st century, we all use our phones for numerous things. Medical, notes, looking up additional information. If we want to keep this on the meeting, we have our phone, we can Google information as we're talking. And I can understand perhaps our older constituents who see somebody on their phone thinking we're on something else rather than city business. And it's good to be reminded of that and what constituents see. But I don't see any need to pass anything or put anything in place because as the council gets younger, which will eventually happen, the cell phone use will be, used even more to a degree. And just the reminder to keep it city-oriented and necessary, I think is enough.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right. With no further business that needs to be brought before the council, we'll adjourn this meeting at 6:56 p.m. Our next regularly scheduled meeting will be at December 2nd, 2025. And we do have a workshop directly following this, but I think we need at least a 5-minute recess. So we will re-adjourn at 7:02-ish, if that works for everybody. Okay, thank you. Ish, 7:02-ish.
There we go.
Yes.
Do, 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 do.
Careful. Do that at work. I'm just sitting there working on the computer. Go back straight back across from insurance. Who was the staircase that goes up?
See, that's why I'm Yeah. The place on the that's what they did, is they bought that building and they bought then they didn't renovate, they didn't do anything. But they still have the liquor license. So the town came down on them as a you're not using it. So then they opened up that liquor store right there in Vegas. The store came about.
There you go, yeah.
Because they were just selling to their family.
Yeah. Well, and it turned out to be a nice place.
Yeah, it's a nice place. They did well with it. But yeah, I think they bought that. With the idea that they would make that I don't know why didn't he stay at Bucks?
It's a better location where he's at now.
It's a great location.
Well, and so
I don't understand the move.
Aspen House, they have overflow into the parking lot of that building and down the street.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to work with two businesses going on. Like that,
I don't know. Well, he has the other one because it is on a corner. But I don't know why he would want to move. Does he own Bucks? Oh, he doesn't own the building. So he wants to go someplace where he owns the building.
Will he own the building or will
I think it's a partnership between the Shepherds.
A partnership.
I think Shepherds. I think so. Sorry. That was the impression I got. They're gonna remodel.
Didn't they make their liquor license for that?
They don't think they want to run.
They don't want to run their. I think that was their original intent.
Yeah.
To lose Bucks. No, it's Bucks.
You know where Sanford's had it?
Yeah, Sanford.
It's still there. Whoever develops.
So that's to somebody local. But they don't, they hang on to that. And then it just turns out.
You got your set?
You have one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need to do something? Let's try.
No, I don't. Do you need me to do something?
I don't know if I did. I don't know.
That place has so much history and stuff in it, it'd be a shame to lose it.
Which one?
Sanford.
Oh.
The core area.
Yeah, I
have
think-
in there.
I have no idea. I know he was giving some of it back to the people that donated.
Donated stuff for it, just in case, you know, it turns out to be something completely different.
Yeah, who knows what'll happen.
It's sad, because there's very few places you can get good hamburger.
Yeah. I do the DoorDash and get a lot. I make a lot.
Oh.
Isn't it crazy? How was that McDonald's able to
church is still.
You know, continue going, but Wendy's had a program. Burgers
Right.
keep closed. Wendy's keep trying to.
And Starbucks closed.
Yeah.
And it's not,
King
it's
had a
not
hard
just
time
us.
with
They
it.
shut a bunch of Wendy's down across the country just recently.
Oh.
And then Starbucks, that was a corporate thing because they went through people too fast. You didn't even give it a chance. Why did you build the building?
Popular too. People like that.
They were at the stuff all the
Yeah.
time.
New candies.
Oh, no.
When I buy them,
No, I was in Nebraska.
Oh, what year did you move from?
I was
18 years ago.
I'm in the sorry, you're in the dip. I'm in the dip.
Okay. I was gonna ask if you remember when kids.
No, the building, the show. Yeah, we just wanted to back here.
So when I did it quickly, I was like, what?
Got it. I gave you a package.
When we have like,
I got it. We've a lot.
and they have it too, like hamburger joints.
And usually,
They have this thing called. These are Banana. Remember the TV show Banana?
You're here for moral
That
support.
was huge. Yeah, that was a cool attraction for Rawlins. But they moved because they had sewage. Because the sewer was really bad. And then it turned over.
hey, you're awesome.
Running that line.
So we had
Yeah.
So,
I could move over there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When they replaced, when they repaved.
Great volunteer.
Piece, and then he's like, I need to and then they had a
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of a bit of a usually testy.
The peppermint ones.
Yeah.
So from.
that'll be appointment.
That is crazy. All right.
Oh, yeah. Mike will clean that up.
They'll be nice and slow.
Oh, good. We lost Steve.
He's out there talking to Cody.
Yeah, Steve's lost.
Bruce is coming.
I know. We always know when you're coming, Bruce.
There it is. Yeah, you know why.
Exactly.
So that lets you know, hey,
I think you could also, we also do this.
We either hired.
Well, I was thinking about moving this so they could see the committees.
Steve Sanger, would you please join the council? All right, so we will go ahead and call this work session to order, and I will pass it to Executive Director Pam Thayer and the Continental Divide Trail Community Committee.
Good evening, and thank you, Honorable Mayor and Council. So with me tonight, we have some of the committees here. So first of all, I want to tell you there's 16 of us on this committee, and tonight the mighty 4, maybe 5 are coming. But we have Don Woolley, community member. We have Leslie Jefferson from Discover Carbon County. We have Myra from the city and myself. But I do want to go over the community members and then the agencies that are involved in this project and in the Continental Divide. And I want to put Leslie on the spot for a minute. Okay. Or tell her how, I mean, tell a little background and everything, but also talk about their, she did already talk about the feasibility study they did, but this just one more plays into it. So Megan McComas is a community member, Janita Colton, April Martinez, Tasha Garner, Don Woolley, Dawn and Christy Hall, and Casey Schinkel. We have Myra from the city, Lou from community development, Leslie Jefferson, Andy Williams from the BLM, We have 3 different individuals that come in and out of our meetings from the Continental Divide Trail Coalition. We have Michael Kusick from Wyoming Pathways, and then we have Nathan Anderson, who has been involved from Union Pacific. So we have a little bit of everybody from industry to government to tourism to nonprofits to 7 community members that are putting their time into this project. So to give you a little bit of background, and you guys all should have a packet, besides it's up on the board. Myra, will you flip to the map? I'm going to start a little bit backwards in the map, which is this one. And you guys have it in front of you. So we have such a unique, as I'm talking about this, we have a 1 in a million, the only place where this happens. And that is literally rare and powerful intersection, which happens right in Rawlins, Wyoming. So we have the Continental Divide Trail, we have the Lincoln Highway, we have the Transcontinental Railroad, we have the Trans-American Bike Trail, and we have the first transcontinental air mail route, all converging in Rawlins, Wyoming. So, as I was saying, Leslie recently, last year in 2024, did 23-24, I think the final report did a master plan, and the DDA and communities were involved in that, and it just cemented some work that the City of Rawlins and the DDA have worked on since 2015. So for 10 years, we've talked about this low-hanging fruit. And when we talked about this low-hanging fruit, it was really, we kept saying it was a trifecta for a long time. It was Union Pacific's area, the Transcontinental Railroad, and the Lincoln Highway, and the Continental Divide Trail. And as we continued to start talking about this, we ended up adding the bicycle trail and the air mail trail. So it's pretty exciting that this little project, that low-hanging fruit, saying that it converges and X marks the spot, or trifecta is now gone to 5, and then pretty soon we'll probably get a 6th partner in this. But it's just really unique, rare, and we own it in Rawlins, Wyoming. So that's super cool. And so what we've talked about, and you can see in your packet, the City Council has been a strong supporter of the Continental Divide. In your packet, you have things that go all the way back in to a resolution, to the Continental Divide, to purchase different things on the Continental Divide. And so you have all that past stuff, how the city, but what has transpired recently is kind of refueled this passion that DDA, because a lot of it is we are one of 3 communities that the Continental Divide Trail goes through the downtown. Also, between Mexico and Canada, we are the halfway point of this amazing trail. Now, technically, it may not exactly be in downtown Rawlins or in the city of Rawlins, but it's in Carbon County.
Pretty close.
And it's pretty darn close, so we're gonna own it. It's that low-hanging fruit. So, right, guys?
Yeah.
So it's just really kind of, the DDA had started working on this years ago, and then staffing and other things kind of just put it on hold. Past council members were really supportive of this project, or just say that it's low-hanging fruit, that no one else can say that we have all these convergence. And with Leslie's master plan that she did a couple years ago, it was one of the hot topics. Is that a good way to put it?
Yes.
Anything else you want to say on the master plan? And
master plan, we're just trying to bring in tourism wherever we can. We have a national trail that goes right through our county. Not only do we get all the way travelers going from one end to the other, we have day hikers, we have people that just come out and trip certain sections. This last year was pretty unique because there was snow down south. There was snow down in Colorado, so they were skipping around. We had a group, or a couple of groups actually, that came back to Rawlins twice. So they came up late April, well, late May, and they hiked up through Red Desert that way, and then they came back later in July. So it was pretty unique, and we're always happy to see them.
Thank you, Leslie. So this committee of, some days it's 12, some days it's 18 of us, have two focuses right now. One is making sure the trail is being taken care of, and is there water for our people, and are they skipping? We don't want them to skip Carbon County. We have so much to offer, and there's so many great things on the Continental Divide. So the committee meets once a month. Feel free, any of you guys, to come to the meetings. It's usually the first Wednesday at noon at the DDA office. So the two projects are, one is working on the trail, improving the trail, doing some water caches, maybe doing some coverage from the sun. So that focus, and then also working on actually making sure that people know, and if they're on the Continental Divide Trail, so whether we are doing, what is
Blazes.
this? Thank you, blazes, or we're actually putting things out in north of town or south of town. And so we've really spent a lot of time with the CDT Coalition talking about how we can make the Carbon County part of the Continental Divide Trail a wonderful experience, to the point where we're going to build water caches. I think we're going to build 2 water caches, which are going to be a holder that'll hold like 5-gallon jugs with a trash can, so they can fill up their water bottles. We have a gracious Katie Smith and her family are going to actually on their own time build a structure for us, a sun structure this winter. They want to be part of this. That's not even part of this counting. So it's just really getting a lot of excitement on the Continental Divide. So that is one big component of the Continental Divide group. And then the other side is where this convergence happens. So do you want to talk, Leslie, about the destination marketing money and what we're doing? So what we're asking for the city's support, like you guys have supported the trail in the past, but we, the committee, would like to, we have submitted, we have some funding, but we would like to hire a professional design team to lay out our, and Myra, now you can go back to the map of the destination district. This area in yellow, and really highlight where they come out from the Continental Divide coming into Rawlins, and it's going to be like a 4-block multi-destinational like stop. Now the money the committee, well actually it's destination money, it's state tourism money that's given to Carbon County, and to pay for this design work with a landscape architect. And so we are just asking that you guys are supporting this, and you can see in the packet that Leslie would ask her board to fund the professional services of a design committee. And so what we have put together in this packet is the plan of a multi-destinational district where everybody comes across and learns about our great community. And a good example is, Myra, on this is, and I'm really skipping around in my packet, sorry. I know, is the Four Corners. We were joking about the Four Corners the other day, which is where the 4 states converge, and it was nothing. And now everybody goes there and stops and says, I went to the Four Corners, and take all these crazy pictures. Or the top left picture is downtown Larimer Square. I can tell you when Larimer did not look like that, or didn't have any businesses on it. I mean, growing up in that state south of here, I mean, when I was a little kid, it didn't look like that. So, and now it's closed off, and millions and millions and millions of sales tax revenue. The top one, Golden, Colorado, is another one that has really reached out on a key destination. And so we just kind of put like, this is what we're going for, to have a multi-destination district where everybody can thrive and everybody gets off the highway, because it's 2 million people a day.
I don't know.
Interstate?
Interstate, no, it's like 12,000 cars.
12,000 cars.
Yeah.
A day.
Yeah. So we just wanna really key into that and that all this converges. So the goals for the multi-destination district is celebrate the historical conversion, enhance visitor experience here in Carbon County and in Rawlins especially, support local economic development. I always say cha-ching, cha-ching. More streets are done and other things are taken care of. Incorporate community identity. I mean, what an identity to have something that no one else in the whole entire world has. But we have it in Rawlins, Wyoming. Continue to foster outdoor recreation, and from a different, we are known for hunting, but I can tell you if you talk to Christy and Don Hall, the new owners of Great Divide Outdoors, and Mimi's on the Lake, I mean, they're all about the trail. They lived in Georgia on the AT, the Appalachian Trail. Now I'll start calling it AT because they were, at first I was like, AT? What is AT? But Appalachian Trail. And going out and doing day hikes and all this stuff, and knowing that we're known also for hikers and cyclists and airmail routes and on and on. Promote year-round tourism, which would be phenomenal. Preserve and interpret our history. I mean, that's really cool. And then sustainable and stewardship. So that is what the committee is really hoping with this destination district. And we have a lot of partners that we feel would participate in this program, which would be, of course, Discover Carbon County, the DDA, the city. Union Pacific Railroad is very interested in being part of this. YDOT, private landowners, Carbon County Museum, Alliance for Historic Preservation, Continental Divide Trail Coalition, Brownfields Project, Wyoming Pathways, the BLM. I could keep going and going and going. It's just such a, keep saying it, low-hanging fruit. So what we have sent, and we have some exciting things happening even already in the district. One of them is the Wyoming Bar that that you guys supported this grant from the WCDA, Wyoming Community Development Authority, is to tear this down, and that would be a key. We're talking that in that spot, we could potentially put a 10-foot iconic marker, the halfway point. And they have them like what, a fourth of the way or a quarter of the way, and so we would take that statue and people tons of pictures and stuff like that. So this is part of this whole multi-destinational district. This is just one part. So as we were preparing this document for Leslie to present to her board of directors right after the first of the year, is that correct? Yes, let's start talking about it. Is we started working with a couple landscape design firms, and again, making sure that a consultant for landscaping, placemaking, streetscaping, and so you in your packet shows what they would actually be looking at and doing. And by doing that and doing our due diligence, we reached out to two different landscape architect firms. Just to get some prices, so then Leslie could go to her board. And we have two firms that we reach out. We don't have to, it's under 75,000. We're hoping around 50, 40, 50, depending on what services the board, if the board would approve this project. But it's kind of exciting because Ayers and Associates, one of them that we talked to, they're in town a lot, and we can't hire them, the city won't hire them. The Discover Carbon County, if her board would approve this, they would actually hire her. But we, again, wanted to have solid cost estimates. So we went to Ayers and Associates, super excited about the project. And we also went to Tallgrass Landscape Architects. And Tallgrass is known for doing David Street Station up in Casper. And then they're also doing the new Indian Village at Cheyenne Frontier Days. And both firms are like chomping at the bit. They are like, this is so cool. This would be a once-in-a-lifetime project to work on. Those were their words, right, Myra? Because Myra was working, and to even say, we're going to work on a once-in-a-lifetime project in Rawlins, Wyoming. That's super cool. Super cool for all of us. So that's kind of the overview. What we're asking is we just wanted, again, we're not asking for any money here tonight. We just kind of wanted to give you this package, give you an idea of what we've been up to. Again, I also, in the packet, this is super cool. I love this little document. This is from 1924, and this is the original map for the air-mail transcontinental. And I love seeing Rawlins, Wyoming, like right there on this map. And yeah, and so what's really cool is they used to do it with giant arrows. So if you go out to the Red Desert, you can still find rocks that are in a big white arrow, white rocks. Leslie, do you know where any of those are located?
There's one in Medicine Bow.
Oh, there's one in Medicine Bow?
Yeah, right across the train tracks in their airfield right there.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
And we're part of that. And so what I think is really cool is I have asked the museum to go through and see which buildings in the downtown had them, because all the roofs have been changed since pretty much in my 20-year tenure, I think most of the roofs have been changed. But I would love to go to those landowners or those property owners and say, can we X mark the spot? Can we put big white arrows? And there's a really good article I can send to you guys about the cool airmail, and I had found about that long before the advent of radio navigation and global navigation systems, GPS. To assist in air flight, the Transcontinental Airway System was developed to aid nighttime airmail flights. And we're part of that history again. So it's just, this is such a good feel-good. I mean, one, I love that it's economic development, but it's our history here. And it's cool history, and it's things that are gonna get people to stop. I mean, you stop where there's four corners coming together, and don't get me wrong, I did that and put my, my feet in my hands and did the four corners pose or whatever, but this is really cool. So again, so we are thinking that the plan will be around 50,000. The DDA board is very supportive. I mean, to take a district and take it a couple blocks or a block or so out of the downtown possibly. We haven't set the pure district, but you can see where, because the pink line on the left with the arrow, that is where the hikers are coming in from out south.
Is that the bridge, like the underpass?
The underpass. And I want to talk about that a little bit. We've talked about the true Continental Divide goes on Washington Street. But most of the walkers, because they want to go to the post office, they use the underpass. So it was really cool. Last week or 2 weeks ago, the Continental Divide Coalition is so excited about what we're doing and plans and working on the trail that they asked us if we wanted to permanently change the Continental Divide Trail and put it through there. We're like, wow, that works out perfect to our whole multi-destinational district. So there's a lot of good things. Now I can tell you, so the other pink is where the trail actually is now. It's on Cedar Street, but if I would have taken the pink highlighter and put over Cedar Street, you wouldn't have moved it. So it really is the pink east-west line should be on Cedar Street, but I just moved it up. So again, you can see where everything kind of converges. The Lincoln Highway is blue, and so it comes in on Cedar, but I'm talking about these 4 to 8 blocks, and then goes down Cedar. It does not turn on 3rd Street. It actually goes 5th Street and then goes up to Spruce and then west on Spruce. So that's the, and then of course in that 8 block area, you can see the green is UP and how they want to participate. And when I made this, of course, I didn't have the air mail or the transcontinental bicycle. So there's so much that has grown from this original trifecta. But yeah, so that's what's kind of going, and we just wanted you guys to know, again, with the Wyoming Bar, that's part of the plan. And then also you can see in the package, Myra put this together for us. This is the history that was done with the city and what the city has been involved with the Continental Divide Trail. So we have ambassadors. Myra, do you want to talk about that a little bit on that component about the ambassadors? This sheet on here.
Yeah, so I just had made a little thing. Patty Hayes was the original city representative to the committee. So I reviewed her documents, and you can see that we've hosted a lot of events throughout the time. And this was just updated in June. So there's actually been another couple work days that have taken place. And then I did also compile all the actual physical projects that have gone into improving the trail in town, or things that are adjacent to the trail, such as the bicycle stations that were done through a grant, because that really does feed into that being a destination that will really have a great experience, but also improve for those people who are coming through the town on their bicycles. So, as Pam said, we've been really invested in this idea for like a decade, really been growing this, and I'm really personally excited that I get to help with it. So,
Dawn or Leslie, any feedback on this? Again, you know.
I just want to say, gosh, we were talking about this in our tourism meetings since I began. Was it 13, 14, somewhere in there? And Lauren, was it Lauren from the museum? She says, "Oh, I'll do it," and then she called me, and it wasn't a difficult job to do this, get it together, but someone had to be able to sit down and get it done. And Patty Hayes is the one that sat down and got it done, and she was just the springboard for us, and it's been amazing. So I want to thank you all for Patty Hayes and her employment at that time, because without her, we wouldn't be here, I don't think, because she started the ball rolling.
Thanks, Leslie. Yeah, it's great to go back. I mean, you know, that was before 2015 when the city. The other thing that, and we're getting excitement from merchants. I mean, this is let alone we're talking history. We're talking about recreation. We're talking about getting outdoor and walking and biking and being healthy. And so again, two of our new people in town from Georgia, again, who know a lot about trail walking and everything. And so they, crazily enough, they met with some state people 2 weeks ago from Wyoming Office of Tourism, and they threw out this idea about, well, let's have halfway days. Let's next summer have halfway days. We're halfway. Let's have halfway days. And so this is a logo that's been created for halfway days already. And the reason this, we don't know if this will stick, but we did put the CDT. Leslie hasn't even seen this because because we created this yesterday morning because not because of this meeting, but this is how it's snowballing is we have these two individuals that own this business. They drove, they're from Georgia, remember? They drove at 4 a.m. this morning to Salt Lake to go to the outdoor retailer show to invite walking companies and backpacking companies to halfway days. So we needed something to give them to say, save the date. We're having halfway days, July 10th through the 13th.
You better have the party, right?
That's right. And I love this because they're spearheading this. But then we sat in the Downtown Thrive meeting Monday night, and they're talking about how they're going to go to Salt Lake and get vendors and bring them recreation vendors. And then a couple other merchants are saying, well, we could do this. And then a couple other merchants said, oh, we can do this. And I just kept taking notes saying, we'll just mark it, we'll just mark it, we'll just mark it. But yeah, so the bug, yeah. So this, we don't know if this will say the logo, but we definitely had to give them she was going to invite they were going to invite these retailers or these manufacturers to Rawlins, Wyoming next summer. And we needed to give them something to put in their hand. So I just gave you a lot of information. Obviously, none of us are passionate about it. Any questions from you, guys, as a council? Your thoughts, your feelings of this? Again, in economic and community development, we call this low-hanging fruit.
Do you guys have any idea how much the hikers actually contribute to our community when they're coming through, like per season?
I don't think the survey's done this time, but they will spend close to $2,000, $3,000 if that. It depends on how long they stay. Rawlins is one of those midway points where they stay. Sometimes they stay up to a week, depending on how they feel. With the through hikers, the hikers spend a lot of money. Whether it's going out to eat or replenishing or just relaxing. We have a lot of people that will look for rides all the way to Saratoga so they can experience the hot springs. They just like to hang out.
I met with a guy from Lander, and he was talking about as they have worked on Lander and people have enjoyed the outdoor activities, that a number of people moved there and they were like, it'd be nice if we had X or Y. And there were a number of new businesses that started. He's going to send me the study, but it was something like $17 million and 100 and something new jobs that were created by people who came there because they liked Lander and the outdoor activities that it offered. So,
Just a real simple thing, I don't know, on signage, because I run into them all the time. On both ends of the overpass, we need some kind of signage telling the hikers and them how to get under the walk underpass. You know, it is real frustrating to hit here and it says underpass, but how do you get the underpass?
Yeah.
And the same on the south side. I don't know how many of them I've stopped at the bottom of the overpass there, and they want to know, how do I get the walk underpass? Well, you just go beside the overpass, but there ain't no kind of signage or nothing that directs anyone where to go, which direction.
It kind of disappears.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I mean, so, yeah.
And that is what we've talked about on north and south, but that's great to know because this committee, I mean, we were going to have November 1st, we were going to actually go out and mark the trail and take our four-wheelers out there, and then we decided, wait, we better slow our roll a minute and just, you know, make sure we're doing what the CDT coalition. So we're working closely, and they told us the other day that they have a bunch of the markers that they can send us, and so working with them closely will be a win-win because there's a lot of things that they already have. Or Andy Williams is amazing up at the BLM, working with him, and so yeah. But thank you. We will put that on our agenda for next month.
Any other questions? Councilwoman Lumen?
I know the one underpass had art in it. Was there any plans to do something with the underpass by the post office? Where they would be walking under?
I can't elaborate on if that's what you're going to meet for.
I thought it might be a question about whether that art, has that art been rehung? The current, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solid, yep.
So,
That
Councilman.
art's up, but there isn't any in that one.
The one by the
I
post
painted over
office,
a little of
right?
the art down there, but.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. So that's a great idea that we could actually even do
Because
some
if
more
that's
work.
the one
in-
they're mainly using to get to the post office, it'd be nice if that was
It's a great idea.
well lit and decorated.
And, yeah, that's a great idea.
And I know you talked about water stations,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know how many hikers like paperbacks, but little libraries where they could grab. If anything, they can use it as a fire starter. But a good book to read when they stop.
Yeah. And
Maybe
I-
by some of our local authors.
That's a another great idea, is to put either murals or something fun or a QR code to say, you know, here's places where you could stay or eat. And we
That'd be
already
good.
have the restaurant QR code for all the Rawlins and Carbon County restaurants. So, okay, so inside the tube, as I call it.
Councilmember Sanger?
So Leslie, when you say they're here for a week, where is here? Are they in hotel? Do they stay? Where do they stay?
They normally stay in a hotel if they're going to stay that length of time. They do camp out as well. They'll camp out. They know that they can camp for free down at the fairgrounds. So that's always a good point for them. However, it seems like the halfway point for a lot of them is Fair Week, so then they're pushed to the hotels. Econo Lodge is a great supporter of the hikers. So it just depends on the hiking group too. This year it was kind of messed up because they were bopping back and forth. But so I'd say the two groups that I met that came back twice, they were here at least 2 nights each time. So that was great.
So when they stay at the fairgrounds, how do they know that they can stay at the fairgrounds? How does that information get to them?
So there's a couple of Facebook pages. DDA is a member of a couple of them. Discover Carbon County, and we post things for them, like summer shenanigans. I told them, hey, stop on this. We're gonna have a band if you're coming through. So yeah, there's a lot of ways that we've and again getting stronger and better. Are you on the Continental Divide? So this is the actual Continental Divide, and it lists for them.
Oh, showers. Good.
Showers, yeah. And we'd like to, that's one of the things the committee, like when we do these water caches and we start doing improvements, we really want to, like, we've spent time, we tried to do a survey, the committee tried to do a survey on like, what would you like to see in Carbon County and Rawlins, and getting feedback. Dawn Hall has spent a lot of time talking. Dawn Woolley has spent a lot of time we all like keep asking, because I mean we want them to like leave Rawlins and Carbon County and go, hey, we had a great experience. Hey, they fed us. Hey, we went to the fairgrounds. We stayed at the Econo Lodge. I mean, we want everybody to leave Rawlins and Carbon County with a smile and say, go, don't miss, because Leslie's right. A lot of times, depending on the weather, they jump different areas, or we've heard they jump out at Mineral X. That's one of the areas we're gonna really put some water caches out, because between Mineral X and S&W Reservoir, that is a tough stretch. So yeah, so this is things to do in Rawlins. Talks about different things there, but yeah. So the more information, the stronger we will become. The stronger we become, the more time they spend, the better recommendations that we get.
Can we QR code their water cache?
Yes, we're going to.
So that when they get there, they can click on it and go, oh, I can go take a shower at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, we're gonna build those this winter, and we're gonna put QR codes. Also, a couple of the committee members thought it might be a good idea to sell the sides, to help pay for the water and stuff like that. Like actually have like Great Divide or A&B Surplus or Baumgars or or some of the outdoor, or anybody. But it's going to be a great opportunity. But we don't want to turn it into a big advertise. I mean, we want to do it tastefully, and we want to say, that's really cool. Or even have a landing page. Maybe here, one QR code, and it lists everything: eat, drink, stay. Yeah.
Oh yeah. One of their favorite places, and a lot of times they might stay an extra day, is Anong's, believe it or not. They try to hit here during the week so they can get that all-you-can-eat buffet, and they spend hours in there.
Councilmember or Vice Mayor Garner.
I noticed on there, maybe it's just businesses in Rawlins, but for showers and camping supplies, a big one are the campgrounds just on the outskirts of us. I don't see them listed. I checked on the thing. Then I had one other comment. Are you guys watching the Union Pacific thing that's going on right now?
Yeah.
With the acquisition? If that goes through, will this not technically be another one place that east to west coast that's connected by the Union Pacific only?
Right.
Crosses
Well,
these
it's already
trails as well?
Yeah, so it's already the Transcontinental Railroad when it came through, but yes, there's even on top of that.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. So.
I just want to point out, they have updated their website, so we are helping them fill the spots. So that's just been recent.
On this site?
On their
CDT site?
Yes.
Yeah, right there. So that is the Continental Divide Trail Coalition. That's the main group that supports the trail, and this is what, and everybody has well, I shouldn't say everybody, but we have a page on it, so, yeah.
Do they have an app? Do you know?
In a camp, okay. The other thing, which, after we get some of this done, we make something for the council to think about, maybe with some impact assistance funds, or getting around. I keep seeing that getting around, and we're talking about the grocery store, or we're talking about the campgrounds. One thing we continue to hear is these guys are tired. They've been walking. I mean, the bicyclers are a little different, but they're tired too. But one of the ideas we had, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, like longer than that, but taking the city bus and putting some bike racks on the front of it and using our city bus in a more economic, little economic engine, and actually really pushing that, and then, you know, maybe being able to charge a little more, maybe Rawlins residents get charged X, and maybe, because I think there's a lot of people that come into Rawlins, and I've had Janita do some test rides and some testing for me. This was 6 years ago. If, like on Music in the Park nights, if we took the city bus that evening on Thursday night and stopped at the campgrounds or stopped at a couple of hotels and actually took our tourists, not even just CDT walkers, but I'm talking from a tourism standpoint, and got them to some of our places. So that's a whole nother idea that we could keep going on these ideas, but yeah. And we definitely would make sure that if they're working additional hours or a driver, that they would, you know, it would be compensated, yeah.
Any other discussion? Right, well, thank you guys so much for sharing this with us. It's exciting. I see them all the time on my runs in the summer, so.
I want to tell you, these 4 individuals, this was taken last summer, and I just, like, I'm always out running around downtown picking up trash, doing things, and I was checking on the flowers, and these guys were Nobos, so they were northbounders, because you can see because the flower pot is barely high, it's not very high, it hasn't grown much, so this has to be northbounders.
Steve hasn't watered it enough.
Yeah, Steve hasn't watered it enough.
Yeah,
and
that's a great indication of what time of year it is.
Yeah, it is. Isn't that funny that I can tell when I took that when that picture was taken is because of the flowers. But these guys were one, they had been at Anong's, 2, they had been at the old pen, you know, and they just loved Rawlins. They thought it was cool. They were excited. I was walking by, they're like, "Can you take our picture?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can take your picture, but will you sign this piece of paper, all 4 of you, because we're going to use you in marketing pieces?" And they said, absolutely. It was a win-win.
It's a great time with these people. When we camp out south a lot, and these people come through quite often. And we've actually sat down with dinner, fed them dinner, out camping, half a dozen to a dozen times in the summertime. And they can be amazing people to sit and shoot the bull with around a campfire or something like that. So.
They're from all walks of life. I mean, you're talking rec people, there's attorneys, there's all kinds of people that walk this trail.
I always wonder how they get that much time off. Yeah. How do I get that?
So the last thing I have to say is, if anybody wants to be a trail angel, which is meaning taking water, picking them up, feeding them, you were considered a trail angel, city council, but that's really cool. They're called trail angels.
Great, thank you guys. Thank you. And I think that'll conclude our workshop for this evening.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.